This project is a kindergarten project. It's called Animals. And the concept behind this project is the artwork that they have learned about is artwork where artists maybe had never seen the animal before in real life. So these were historical paintings or drawing of animals, and often the artists only had written descriptions or simple illustrations from scientists or something, and then they made the animal based on those descriptions. And they're really interesting to look at. They're often like fairly accurate for somebody who's never seen an animal. And then some of the artwork is more realistic looking, so they can just see the difference. So the idea behind this one is that they will get a description of an animal, and then they'll draw that animal. And the class is going to come up with the description of this animal on their own. So as you're doing the lesson, you'll show them the pictures, and then there's like a quick little activity where they see descriptions of animals and they guess what animal it is. So now they're going to do the reverse of that. They're going to come up with descriptions of a make-believe animal. This isn't going to be real. And they're then going to do art of that animal. So I like to have them come up with, at least maybe six to eight descriptors of that animal. And you're going to write them down so that you can come back to them. So you're going to write them down for them. I do know it's kindergarten. Their reading skills aren't always there yet. So you're going to have to continually talk these through, and they may or may not completely follow this, and that's okay. It's kindergarten. So just have them think of descriptors. So you could ask them questions like, how many legs does it have? So they may say it has 4 legs. So you would write down 4 legs. And then maybe what color is it? And they could say it's red with black dots. And these are going to be all over the place, and that's fine. The more descriptions you get, the better they'll be able to make their art. One thing you may want to do after you've written your descriptors is give them some hints of what your descriptors are, just in case some of them aren't yet reading. It just might help them with the process. But you can keep reminding them. So I like to write these up on the board for them so they can look at these the whole time, and then they can start on their artwork. So like I said, you can do this with any medium that you want. You could do it crayons, markers, watercolors. You could even give them paper and let them do some cutting. It's up to you, however simple or complicated you want it to be. And then just let them go. And then it's fun at the end to have them show their animal and have them talk about how they had the same descriptors, but maybe they looked really different or they looked really similar, and go from there. When they're done drawing their animal, they'll most likely draw their animal right in the center of the page. Encourage them to fill the page as much as they can with their animal, especially something like we described the animal as small. It doesn't mean it's small on the paper. It could still fill the sheet of paper. And then after they're done with that animal, encouraging to flesh out the background. Like, it's another way to talk about the animal. Where did he live? Did he live on grass? Did he live near the water? You could have them flesh out their artwork that way so that they do end up with a complete piece of art. And then you can talk about their finished animal, and you'll notice like this one ended up looking a lot like a rabbit by the descriptors. They will come up with much better creative descriptors than I did. You could end up with 6 legs, all sorts of things. With wings, they're gonna be a lot more creative. And hopefully that's the case, because that really gives them the opportunity to draw an animal that's like something they've never seen. So again, this is a really simple project. You can give them, I used a mix of markers and crayons. Sometimes the markers can be a little bit easier to draw details with, at least to get started. But you could use whatever you want, whatever works for you.